Hello and good morning. Welcome to Facebook Live Friday morning. Stampersdelight.com. And how is everyone doing today? Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're from. Also, let me know if it's your first time watching me live. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Hey, Angie, how are you? Oh, thank you, Angie. Yes, definitely share my videos. Say hi also. I see Angie on, and we are going to get started. There's Deb, there's Meg. Hey, Meg, you weren't first today. I'm surprised. Meg is usually always the first one on. So we're going to hop right in and get started. Again, Stampersdelight.com. And I am going to flip the camera so we can get started, okay? All right, so let me have a sip of my coffee first. Because it is early. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Deborah. Okay, so if you'd like to place an order with me, go to Stampersdelight.com. This is my host code for October. You want to use that if your order's less than $150. If it's $150 or more, don't use the host code because you get the free hostess rewards. Also, let me just flip this camera again. For that great mug that I have, grab your coffee, grab your tea. And also, I'm wearing my Blends t-shirt today. You see, let me tell you about my Blends. You can go to the apparel, let me flip this back. You can go to the apparel shop, Stampersdelight.com, and get some fun stamping apparel and other items, mugs, tote bags, different sayings. Let me tell you about our blends. So check it out. And with that said, hey, Teresa, good to see you again. Hey, France. One of the items on that page is my stamping towel. This is brand new, okay? You've seen me use this Stamping Queen, and then it says Stamper's Delight. But this is a nice towel for when you're stamping or scrapbooking, paper crafting, whatever crafts you're doing, to wipe your hands, okay? Because we know we get inky and messy. So I'm giving this one away. And all you have to do to be in the drawing, are you ready? Is go to the Facebook page of Stampers Delight Shop. Okay, that's the Facebook page of Stampers Delight Shop. And put a message there. Leave a comment on the Facebook shop page. And on October 30th for Halloween, I'm going to give that away to somebody free, okay? So everybody can join in. Just post me a comment, leave me a comment on the, not my business page, but the Stampers Delight Shop Facebook page. Here's mine right here, as a matter of fact. Okay, so you got that. Let's get started. I'm going to move away from Christmas for a little while. Well, at least for this video, and show you Eden's Gardens. I'm sure you've seen this. Everybody's been posting it. This is a early release for customers starting November 2nd. And this is also what I'm using for my November online class. I will tell you that these three items right here are while supplies last. The dies and the stamp set will be in the new upcoming catalog. These items won't be, and they are going to sell out fast. So if you want to join my November online class, I suggest you do that as soon as possible. I will be placing the order for everything on November 2nd, but you do have till November 10th to join. So that is, and everything's in the description, or will be in the description when I'm done. So that is why I decided to use Eden's Garden this morning and show you a great fun fold, which is also very easy to do. We love our fun folds, but I also like easy. Here's the beautiful stamps. And then I'm just going to open this up. Here are the dies. Now, there's 5 dies in here. And you can see they are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to show you how I used all of them. And then we're going to do that fun fold. Okay? So let me just set this up here for a minute because I will be using it. And this is not tied down or glued down. So let's get started. So the first thing I did was in my team chat. I'd love to have you join my team. I have such a great team. We had a team chat on Wednesday. We did a challenge. We did a fun game. And of course, did a little business stuff in between. Had to have more coffee. The challenge was to cut, or if you have, a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. And of course, this is the Eden's Gardens paper. Double-sided. You can see I like the side with the foils. This is the cotton paper. Very thin, but it's got a texture to it. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that gold in a minute. Anyway, the challenge was take a 6x6 piece of designer series paper and come up with as many cards as you can based on the cutting pattern that I gave them. And here are mine, and I used the Eden's Garden. So here was the first one I did. Remember, they had a pattern to work with. And I don't think I put anything on the insides of some of these. So this is the first one that I did from that 6x6 wonder. Here's another one. Hey, Linda. Hey, Patricia. And the embossing folder in the back is a time-worn embossing folder, which I absolutely love. So you can see most of my left blank. This was like my abstract one. I think there was supposed to be another piece there and I lost it. But I kind of like the way this one came out. There's the other one. So again, they had a pattern. They cut their 6x6 paper into that pattern and then just created cards. It was a great way to see how everybody thinks when they see things like that. It was also a great way to use different designer series papers. And the cool thing is, I'll show you in a minute. There you go. Okay. So here's some pieces that I have left over as I was cutting for today and doing my samples for today's video. Look at all these pieces I have left over. So you can do the same thing with your scraps. That would be a nice one right there. Okay, we have two almost the same size here, so I could use them there. So you can absolutely make some gorgeous cards with your scraps. I'm going to stick those right there because that's exactly what I'm going to do. So those are the ones that I did for the challenge. Here's the ones I did for today's video. This one is using all of those dies. Let me just bring those dies back in so you can see them. Okay, so you can see, well, not all of them, but you have to see the large one. And then you see this one, which is right here. And then, of course, you see this one right here. So this is just white shimmery paper on our basic white with a little Merlot ink. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Sending hugs. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I just think white on white is just so elegant. There'll be still shots later on my blog. The next one I did was using, if you have this paper left over, this is the Bedazzling paper. And again, there's that large one. And of course, this is the stamp right here. This does not have a die. You have to fussy cut that. And I put two of them on there. And then, of course, here's, I don't know if you can see it because it's so glittery. This is the leaf part. These little leaves right here. Hey, Yvette. Dear friend, how are you? Hey, Carol. So, again, just opens a little bit different. Of course, I use that beautiful stamp, distinctive stamp, for my envelope. The next one, you can see I did it sideways. And that is this die. Let me explain how this die works. Okay, so you can use this die as an edgelet, okay, because there's this not going to cut right here. There's no edge. So you can use this as an edgelet, which I will do later on. But for this one, I took a piece of, let me just grab a piece of cardstock so you can see what I'm talking about. What I did was I took this and I made an edge. If I have time, I'll show you before I have to go on to work. And that's going to cut out that edgelet, but it's not going to cut out this piece. Then I flipped it over and ran it through. And what happens, hopefully you understand that, you get this strip with that beautiful edging on both sides. Okay? And of course, there's that beautiful designer series paper. Now, we did not have, in the US, our gems just became available. So what I used was our Genial Gems because I thought they went really well with this until the gems that go with that collection are available. Hi, Joyce. So I used these gems today because the gems that come with the collection weren't available. So there's another one. I had so much fun with this. Now, the thing I like about it is you can also use this for a Christmas card. You ready? So I use the Merry Melody in the background. You stamp first. I use the Merry Merlot. I stamp that beautiful image with the greenery. I use It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year from the Wonderful Cloche, I think it is. Something Cloche, which I will be showcasing next week. And I made it into a Christmas card, and that is also from that stamp set. Okay, so again, you can make it into a Christmas card. Oop, got another one back there. With a couple of, now these are our holiday rhinestones. I wanted something a little bit deeper green. Thank you, Yvette. Same idea, but check this out. I took that cotton paper right here, and I ran that through the Big Shot. You have to, or the die cutting machine with the Merry Melody. I think I said Merry Merlot. Merry Melody embossing folder. It does work. You do have to be gentle with it because it is cotton paper. Okay, and then I did the same thing. So it's just like a step up from this one. On the Merry Merlot, again using the Merry Melody, stamped this, stamped everything, then ran it through the embossing folder. Okay, so we have another Christmas card. Here is my featured card, which I will be showing you how to do. Are you ready? Fun Fold Friday. So here's the first one I did. You can see I layered that on the evening evergreen and the soft succulent. This is called a pop-up fun fold. Ready? Whoop, there you go. Let me put it down so you can see the whole thing. This is such an easy fun fold. I should call this Easy Fun Fold Friday. So again, this is the card. I will have still shots on my blog later. What do you think? I did get carried away, I think, with the gems up here. All right. Let me show you another one, and then I'm going to show you how to do it before I have to hop on and go get to work. This is our gold and rose designer series or specialty paper in the annual catalog. I absolutely love this paper. So this is the front of this one. And when you open it, there you go. Now you can see this one I used designer series paper. And I hate to use up my nice side that I like, but you couldn't use a too busy of a side here because it took away from that. So what I did for this one is I used the cotton paper, which gives it some nice added texture, okay? But it doesn't take away from that beautiful inside. So let me bring that up so you can see it. And of course I use the stamps to stamp. You love this? Yay! Okay, so a little bulky, maybe, you know, when you mail it, but it does lay flat. So that's my pop-up card for today, and I am going to show you how to do that. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so to start, we are going to take a regular piece of cardstock, our base cardstock. Just move these over here. I am going to cut this in half. And this is for our card base right here. So I'm going to go ahead and score that so I have a good score line. Thank you, Angie. So there we have our base. Now this leftover piece, the inside has to be 5 by 5.5 by 5.5. Well, this is already 5.5. So you're just going to swing that around and cut that at 5.5 right there. This piece I'm going to hold on to. I'll use that for something else later. So now I have a square of 5.5 by 5.5. So half, and the dimensions will be on my blog also later. Half of 5.5 by 5.5 is 2 3/4. I am going to score that right down the middle. I'm going to turn it all the way around and score it right down the middle. So you have these 4 squares, right? Then you're going to turn it diagonally, point to point on one side. And you are going to score it right in the middle. That makes your little pop-up. And that's it. Okay, so let's start with this piece. I'm going to start folding, and I'm also going to use my bone folder, because you really need to score this well. Oh, thank you, Carol. Now, remember, if you join my team right now, you can get this collection as part of your starter kit. Okay, so now that I scored it, I want these pieces right here. Okay, they're going to fold in. So you're going to fold that in. So this is a pop-up card, which I've done before. Okay, you can do a little pop-up card just like that and just add something on the front, make a little gift card. But that's the inside. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to take a piece of white. And I'm going to cut this. Now these pieces inside here are 2... Well, they would be what? The 2 3/4. Okay, right? 2 3/4. So I want something a little bit smaller. So I'm going to do 2.5. Whoop. By 2.5. I need 1. And I need a second one. So this should be 2.5 by 2.5. Put those aside. Okay. Now, for the front of this, I need a 4 by 5.25 of the Designer Series paper. So I'm going to use the darker color today. And I'm switching back because I'm actually showing you all the cutting. So we're going to go to 4 inches. Cut that off. I'm going to use some extra paper here. I'm going to cut this at 5.25. And that's going to layer right on top there. Now for my inside pieces here, again, I need 2 pieces of 2.5. Hey, Sue from New York. And 2.5. Here's another little piece that I can make one of those little cards with that I showed you in the beginning. Now this one, 2.5 by 2.5, I'm actually going to cut in half diagonally. Those pieces go there. I need another 2.5 by 2.5. Again, cutting diagonally. One of the things I usually do when I cut diagonally, and especially with Designer Series paper, I start in the middle so that you don't mess up those little points. Okay, so then we have that. Okay. While I'm here, I might as well bring in my cotton paper. Since I'm using the soft succulent, I'm going to switch and use the darker green, which is the Evening Evergreen. This is very thin. You can crumble it up. Let me show you what you can do with this. So let's take this piece. Let's say I was going to use this for my front of my card. So it's 4 by 5.25. You could actually crumble this up like tissue paper. It's a little thicker than tissue paper, though. And lay that down onto something like this. Right? Crumble it up and make a gorgeous card. So now I'm going to use that later on and do that. Okay? Okay. For right now, I need 2 pieces of our cotton paper, and this is the textured side. So I want 4. This is very thin, so be careful. 4 by 5 1/4. And 5 1/4. And I have all my pieces that I need now. So let's get started here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. And I should be using something under there. So let me bring this in. I don't want to get stuff all over. Okay, so we're going to bring that in. And again, glue this down. Good morning, Joanna. Good morning, Stacy. Okay, I'm going to lay that right down right there. There's the start of my card. So that's the base. And then let me bring in this beautiful gold paper, which we're going to use. I am going to grab this piece right here. I'm also going to grab one of these little guys. And I'm going to bring in my embossing die cutting machine. Now I will tell you on this paper, it is a little, not heavier. It's just got like a coating on the other side. So you really want to get a good cut through here. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to go down. And then what I'm going to do before I take it off, I'm going to very gently flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, okay? I really want to make sure that I get a good cut on this. Or you could just do it fit this way the first time. I like to make sure I'm putting it on right, so that's why I do it that way. Okay. Bring that out. I have to watch my time today. I'm going to bring in my foam mat here and my brush just to get some of those pieces going so it comes out easier. There we go. Best tool ever. Best tool ever is the take your pick tool. Let's move this that way. And then just gently press down on some pieces that may be a little stubborn. Just till I get it going. Okay. How many more days till retirement? After today, I will have 35 work days. December 3rd. So 35 work days. Whoop. I threw my paper right over there. I can't wait. I can't wait. You will see more of me on YouTube and Facebook. You might get tired of seeing me. The first thing I'm going to do is revamp my stamp studio down here. I've already actually started doing that. I've got lots of great ideas, so I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll share my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that. Okay, so now all these little pieces, I'm just poking them down and lifting up just gently, anything that hasn't come out. This is probably the hardest thing you're going to have to do, okay? Like I said, let me show you. This has like a little coating on the back side. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that piece yet. I might. Depends on the time. Imagine how long I'll be on when I don't have to hop off here and go to work. Hey, Bernice. Okay, I think I got most of them. A couple little ones didn't go through. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Okay, so for this piece, whoop, there's one more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to layer that right on top there. See that gold goes so nice, whoop, with the gold foil inside this designer series paper. Again, don't forget, this is the class I'll be doing different cards, exclusive cards to the online class. Okay, come on. All right, so there we go. All right, I'm going to bring in some mini dimensionals because I want this to be popped up a little bit. I'm going to go here, here, here. The mini dimensionals fit really well in a lot of these nooks and crannies. You see a couple of pieces that didn't get poked out. I'm going to leave that for now so that I can finish the card. Just going to go along here. If you're leaving me comments and I haven't responded, I will after the live. You may not get any of your crafting done when I retire. Oh, thanks, Maureen. You might not. Okay. This one piece right here is bugging me. Let me get that one out of there. Whoop. Now it's stuck to my finger. Okay. We're going to lay that down right here. Okay. All right. I will decorate this in a bit. I got to bring in a piece of white. And my sentiment is going to go on this piece right here. So I'm just going to bring that back in real quick. Cut that out on the white. I know you're waiting to see the inside, but I think you can figure it out from what I showed you. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I have that. Let's put that aside for a second. All right. So this is my sentiment, and I am going to use the hello there. I like that because you can use it for anything you need. Okay. What's the name of the DSP and the die? It's from the early release Eden's Garden. Okay, you can get that now if you join my team and join Stampin' Up, or you can get that in November. Okay, I am going to go with hello there. There we go. Now, since I'm stamping, let me bring in these pieces. Okay, so these are going to go on that portion right here. So remember, it's a diagonal, so these pieces are going to go just like this. In other words, it's going to go in here like this. Oop, this one I need to cut down. I might have used the wrong piece there. Let's just trim that. Let me just trim that. Oh, I forgot to trim that one. Okay, so 2.5. So they're going to go like this. Remember, they're going in here like this. So we're going to stamp these. On the front, I have hello there. So this one is going to say, dear friend, how are you? And this one is going to say, sending hugs. I'm going to bring in some of those little greeneries. And I'm not going to re-ink every one. I'm just going to go around light and dark. I'm using the Evergreen. There's part of it. Let's bring in a different one here. Here's a little smaller sprig. Let's bring that one in just to show off some of these little. That one I did ink up. Okay, so those are going to be for the inside. Let's see. Let me just, this is really light, so let's just, do I want to, no, I don't want to take away from that beautiful die. Okay, so this is going to go right up here. I'm going to do that last, I think. I'm going to open up my card. I'm going to bring in those pieces of the cotton paper. The textured side, I want face up, okay? Now this, I don't know if you can use, you could probably use Tombow. I'm just going to go around very gently and use some of my adhesive here. I'm thinking Tombow might work better. Let's try the Tombow. I don't think you'll see it. Because you really need to keep... Now, I don't use a lot of Tombow, as you know, because I am a messy Tombow user. But I think for this one, Tombow is going to be the way to go. I would use it definitely for the inside, which I have on my other cards. But I didn't use it for the cotton paper, but I'm thinking I'm going to now. I'll lay that right down there. Just hold it for a second. Flip it over. Again, remember the textured side is face up. Yeah, Tombow is going to work a lot better with this. How many other of you out there are messy Tombow users? Or you got a heavy hand with the Tombow? But it is a good adhesive. Okay, so I am going to now lay that one down. So you see what I mean when I say that this cotton paper is great because this isn't too busy, but if you try to use a busier pattern, it takes away from your pop-up. Okay, so now that's on there. Okay. So let's bring in this, let this dry. See, I've already got it on my hands. Okay, so we want these two pieces, and they are going to get glued right here. Yeah, I can feel it on my fingers. It's sticky. I don't like sticky on my hands. It drives me crazy. But it is the best to get in these little nooks and crannies. Okay, so there's one side. Plus the fact you can move it around a little bit if you put it down and it's wrong. Okay, let's put this over here. Flip it around and do that one. You love Tombow? Oh, you love... Look at all the Tombow users. Wow. I guess I gotta get with the program. Maybe that's the next t-shirt I should have my daughter-in-law put on the apparel shop. I love my Tombow. And then the opposite side, we're doing the same thing. You could use opposite designer series paper, too, if you want. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and we're going to glue that right there. So that's going to dry. And then we're going to do the inside, or the other sides. Again, since I got the Tombow out, this is where I would switch to my Stamp and Seal, just because I'm messy. I'm going to take that and put Dear Friend. Now remember, go to the Stampersdelight shop Facebook page, the shop page. Leave me a comment on that page, and you'll be in the drawing for that great stamping towel. Also, if you leave me a comment on here or YouTube or Instagram, after I post this on Instagram, I'm going to give away, I'm going to send somebody one of these cards free in the mail. Okay, so there we have that. Okay, there's my pop-up. Okay, so before I put that on the inside, let me fold this over. This is going to go right here. So for this, I am going to use dimensionals. I'm going to switch to my larger ones. And I'm going to put 3 on here. Lay that right in there. I'm going to take some of those Genial Gems. Remember, I don't have the ones that go to the collection yet, but I will. And I have a lot of these gold ones left, so we're going to use the gold. And I'm just going to add some of those. I don't need to add anything on this wreath part because it's already glittery. Although you can never have too much glitter, right? Nope. Not in my book. All right, we're going to go right here. And right here. And I always like to put one on my sentiment just to bring that out a bit. Let's take one more and put it right here. Okay, see? I'm sticking to that paper. Okay, so there's the inside. Now We're going to take this, we're going to fold it. I told you this is like the easiest fun fold, and it's the only reason it's taken so long is I'm explaining everything as I go. I'll put the measurements, although there's not too much measurements on there, on my blog too. I got something stuck to my Tombow here. Absolutely love this card. Okay, I'm just going to put my finger right there. Okay, this is the tricky part. I'm just going to fold it, turn it over, because I definitely want that together. Put some more Tombow on here. So you're putting the Tombow on the two pieces of where you've got the white, okay? All right, so let's pinch that, make sure I got it the right way. I'm going to lay this right in the middle, just like that. I'm going to close it. And what I'm going to do is just put something, my block. Nope, not that block, because I need that one. Let me just put a block on here for a second. I am going to bring in an envelope. Let's see, do I have any of my carousel here? No, so let's grab this one. I'm getting ready for my holiday card buffet the end of the month, if that's an in-person event. I just finished with my retreat. So if you'd like to be on my mailing list for all of these things, just contact me, instant message me, leave me a message on my blog so I can tell you when my in-person and online events are. I'm going to take that beautiful stamp. Of course, you could also use designer series paper to do the lip of the envelope like you've seen me do, but right now I want to use all that paper I can. There's my envelope. Okay, this should be dry enough so that I can show you. And here we go. Ready? Voila! Oh, I love this paper now. So here's the first one that I did. And then here's the second one that I did with the... Let me move this out of the way before I get it messy. Pop-up card. There you go. Which one's your favorite of the pop-ups? I think this one's my favorite now. I didn't use those other dies, but you see how you can use them. Oh, that's okay, Denise. Definitely check out the rest of the video, though, because you're going to love this pop-up card. So with this piece, I'm going to show you how this works real quick. Okay? So let's do... Not that piece. This piece. This doesn't cut. So let me show you how you can do that. All right, so I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And I'm sure I will be using it this way for more videos. Okay, so here's that piece that I cut off. This edgelet, I'm going to lay right here. And I'm not worried about it being straight because I'm not really going to be using it as a card. I just want to show you how you can use that. Although I should do it straight so I could use it later, right? Okay. So I should have my Post-it note on here, but I don't. Okay. So, go through like this. You like all three? Gorgeous. Oh, you love all of them. The dark green interior. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So here is what happens with that die. And you do have to... let me grab my scissors. Snip this off. So I'm just going to snip this off. Okay. So here would be an edgelet. And I am just going to take a piece of designer series paper and show you. So we could put that like right there, right? Glue it to the inside of my card and you have this beautiful edging. Beautiful edging. I'm going to be doing that after I get off work today because I just fell in love with that. Now let's say you want to put this piece, the sentiment piece, which is like, let me grab it. One of these are in here. Where is it? This one. Okay, so this one, you see the green back there? Okay. So what you do is you line it up the opposite way. just like this. I just want to show you how to use that one die. I know I get asked about tutorials for all the cards I show. I don't do a tutorial for every card that I make, but if you have a question on how I made it, absolutely contact me and I will try to walk you through it. Okay, this one's not going to cut all the way because I didn't have it on the machine all the way, but again, I'm pressed for time, so we're just going to wing it. All right. So when I pull that piece off, let's just cut this. Now I have this strip behind there with the edging on both sides. There you go. And then the other die for the sentiment, this one, would fit right inside there like this. Okay? And you can just cut this off. I'm just going to use the scissors right now. And let's use something darker so you can see it. And you could use that any way that you want. Okay, so that's how you use that piece. And again, you could use it as an edgelet, which absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I do have to hop off now. Let me flip the camera. I do have to hop off because I have to go to work. I can say that for the next 35 work days, and then I don't have to rush. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the pop-up fun fold card that we did today. Go ahead and give it a try. So easy to make. And I will see you back here next Friday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to join my online newsletter. Okay? If you'd like to join my team, definitely contact me. I'd love to have you. And until next time, keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.